Dear Joseph, dear friends, dear colleagues, in the beginning, I want to thank Spanish Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy for excellent organization of this meeting, and I believe that he and his party will have success in elections. My speech will be not about topic concerns everybody in EU, about refugees, but anyway, it will be about refugees. The power of Europe and of the European Union lies in the fundamental values on which our union was built and developed and is still developing. The European values have been leitmotif of EU policies for decades. But since the EU has positioned itself as an international player, we have been operating in an environment governed by national interests. The time has come for the member states to define the EU's global interests based on the EU values, as it will help move from mantra chanting about solidarity to the effective joint action. But the most important is to say clearly to international troublemakers what we can and what we can't accept. The EU actions and policies have proven that we are working well at the time when there is one issue on the political table. Does the EU get a bit confused when it has to work at the same time in a number of geographical areas and different policy areas, and where the bill is too high to be just paid and forgotten? I believe that we can critically estimate ourselves. I believe that all member states, we can take joint actions for our own Europe, whole and secure. Therefore, we need to move from the firefighting mode to the strategic one. And we need strategic thinking in order to put forward strategic policies. Using this opportunity, I would like clearly oppose to the thesis about democracy deficit in Europe. There is no democracy deficit in Europe. Which region of the world has so many nations, societies enjoying privileges of democracy? Which region of the world has so large number of people who enjoy on a daily basis the freedoms rooted in the principles of democracy? The EU faces another problem. I would call it democracy literacy problem. Do the EU institutions and politicians apply all democracy mechanisms? Do the EU citizens benefit from all the privileges of democracy? Why do we complain about the fact that the EU has not entered each home when at the time of the European Parliament elections, people have not gone to polling stations? We need to protect our democracy and not to allow other countries, media and politicians rewrite it in their own way, understanding and ideological setting. And we, the European political leaders, have the responsibility not only to protect the democracy and European values, but to promote it and demonstrate it to our citizens and our voters. We have to listen and hear the urgencies and worries of our people living in the EU member states. We have to explain our policies to gain support from people, a meaningful choice based on arguments and understanding, not driven by populism, prejudices and fears. We can be strong internationally and at home only if we are able to show to our people that united resilient and efficient European Union is the answer to a number of their preoccupations. And I believe that we, dear colleagues, friends, and leaders representing European People's Party, we are ready to propose responsible and mature solution for the European Union.